Welcome back to Parkinson's Voice online exercises. We are so happy to have you here. My name is Anna, and I'll be leading us through today's exercises. So each video contains warm-ups. We'll do our me, may, my, mo, moo, ahs, and glides. And then after we're done with that, we'll go on to our reading exercise. And then after that, we'll have a cognitive exercise. So just some questions and discussion about the reading. And then we will have our cool down. So just some tips before we get started, some reminders on how to increase our voice level. So we want to take a deep, big breath before we begin to speak. And so that's really any time that we're speaking. We want to take a big breath to just allow us to just really sustain that voice throughout. You want to use your ab muscles to help force air out of the lungs. You want to make sure you're maintaining good posture wherever you're sitting or standing. And make sure you open your mouth when speaking. So nice and round. If you're doing ah or e, just whatever shape your mouth makes, really try to really exaggerate that. So let's warm up. All right, we will start with our may, me, my, mo, and moos. And so during this, we really want to make sure it's connecting between each dash, each word. And so we don't want to separate them or have any harsh stops. We really want it to sound connected throughout. So it'll sound a little bit like this. May, me, my, mo, moo. Okay, so that is what it should sound like. And so we will really just make sure it's sustained too at the same voice level and same range. And so we will do this 5 times through. So 1 second. All right, let's do this 5 times, and you'll do it along with me. Ready, set, may, me, my, mo, moo. 1 down. Great job. We'll do 4 more. Here we go on the second one. Ready, set, may, me, my, mo, moo. Okay, great work. Now we'll be on to our third one. Make sure it's nice and connected and smooth. Ready, set, may, me, my, mo, moo. Great, now our fourth round. Here we go, really focus on connecting those. Ready, set, may, me, my, mo, moo. Great job. Now on that last one, really make this one count. Let's use our loud voice. Ready, set, may, me, my, mo, moo. Great job. Let's keep going. Okay, now we will do our loud ah. So for the first time, I'll just show you what it will look like, and then we'll go on practicing from there. So it should sound a little bit like this. Ah. Okay, so we will do that 5 times. And so how this format will go is I will do it for 10 seconds and then you will do it for 10 seconds. So I'll leave a pause after I do it and I'll count you down. I'll go ready, set, go. And then when 10 seconds is up, I'll say stop. So 5 times. Each time I will model first, and then I'll have a pause so you can go. Okay, first one. So I'll go first, and then you go. Now your turn. Ready, set, go. And stop. Great job. I hope that was enough time. That was 10 seconds. And so we'll go for the second time. And you'll go after me. Stop. Awesome. 3 more times. Make sure you're doing that big breath before so we have that ear support. And I'll go first and then you go. Now your turn. Ready, set, go. Stop. Give you a little more time. Great job. Make sure we're having that smooth but loud voice in the singing range. Okay, for a 4th time, here we go. I'll go first and then you go. Now your turn. Ready, set, go. And stop. Great job. That was 4 times. We'll go 1 more time for our loud ahs. So really make this one count, and I'll go first. Ah. Now it's your turn. Ready, set, go. Stop. Great job working through those ahs. Take a quick drink of water if you need it before we do our glides. Okay, now we are on to our glides. And so for glides, we're going to start in the low range and then we'll glide to the high range. We'll take a catch breath, glide from high to low. So it'll sound a little bit like this. Ah, ah. All right, and so we will do that together 5 times. So do it at the same time as me. So I'll count us all down and we'll go high to low. So you should hear your voice and my voice. All right, here we go. First time. Ready, set, ah, ah. Awesome. Did you remember to take that catch breath in the middle? Second time. Here we go. Ready, set, Ah, ah. And just a reminder, if you still have breath at the end, you'll want to just exhale all that breath out through your mouth. And you'll also want to inhale in between the glides, so when you're at the high, through your nose, and exhale out your mouth at the end if you still have air left to push out. So let's do it again for a third glide. Ready, set. Ah, ah. All right, 2 more glides. Here we go. Ready, set. Ah, ah. Great, great work. Last one, let's make this one count. Really focus on taking a breath before, in the middle, and after. Here we go. Ah, ah. Awesome. And just a quick reminder before we move on is just to focus on our intent. So we want to make sure that we're really being deliberate about our speech and our voice to make sure that it is clear and just understood by others. Take a quick drink if you need it before functional phrases. All right. So I will say the phrase and then I will pause and leave room for you to say it after. So first I'll model it and then you'll go. So I'll be sure to leave enough room in between so that you have time to say the phrase and really focus on our intonation. So if there's a question mark, make sure you ask it with a question. Make it sound like you're asking a question. If there's an exclamation point, use more emotion. All right, here we go. Where are you going? I need help. I don't need any help. I'm hungry. Take care. Let's go. What's the weather like? What's going on? Pass the food, please. Turn off the light. Did you get that? Okay, great job on those functional phrases. Before we do counting, take a quick drink. We just want to take drinks of water often for oral hygiene and our vocal hygiene. So it's good for both of those things, for our mouth and for our voice, to keep hydrated. All right, let's go ahead and get started. And so we'll do each line twice and make sure that you're talking just a little bit above conversational level and you're really connecting connecting the numbers. And so here we go. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. And I don't think I mentioned it, but you'll just do these along with me. So as I'm saying them, you should also say them so you should hear yourself in your voice every single time. So let's do that row again. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Next row. 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. And again. 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Great, and on to 44. 44, 48, 52, 56, 60. And again. 44, 48, 52, 56, 60. On to the next row, 64, sorry. Ready, set. 64, 68, 72, 76, 80. 64, 68, 72, 76, 80. Awesome. On to the next one. 84, 88, 92, 96, 100. And again. 84, 88, 92, 96, 100. Great job practicing the counting and just, practicing our voice being loud and clear. Take a quick drink of water. All right, next up we have our reading. And so we will read through all of this together. And so I'll be reading and you will be reading at the same time. So you should hear your voice and my voice. And make sure to just watch out for those periods to take breath and any comma that would be good to take a breath in those longer sentences. So really focus on using intent when you're reading and using that smooth, loud voice. So, here we go. In April, a 99-year-old war veteran in the United Kingdom has been hailed as a hero for his fundraising efforts. Captain Tom Moore has raised over $25 million for the UK's National Health Service by walking around his garden 100 times. The World War II vet came up with the idea of raising just €1,000 to thank NHS staff for helping him with treatment for cancer and a broken hip. Mr. Moore set up a donation page on the fundraising website. He said he would do 100 laps of his garden before his 100th birthday on April the 30th. His endeavors caught the imagination of the British public, who have been donating millions of dollars a day to support him. Prince William called him a one-man fundraising machine. Captain Moore completed his 100 laps on Thursday. He vowed he would not stop walking as long as people are still donating. Over 500,000 people have signed a petition for the UK government to award a knighthood to Captain Moore. He would then become Sir Tom Moore. The soon-to-be centenarian was overwhelmed by the public response to his efforts. He said, "I appreciate it because the object for which we're donating, the NHS, is so important." The UK's independent newspaper commended Captain Tom's efforts, but said the government should be funding the NHS. It wrote, "In the midst of dark times, stories like these bring lightness. Yet such altruism is a bad reflection on the state of our NHS." Okay, so now to our cognitive exercises. We'll just answer a few questions about our reading. And so I want you to say these questions and answers with me out loud together, and then I'll give you time to think about the answer. So let's read it all together. Who did Mr. Moore raise money for? A. UK's National Health Service. B. Coronavirus patients. C. World War II vets. Or D. British officials. I'll give you a couple minutes to think. All right, let's see the answer. It is A, UK's National Health Service. Next question. Read it all together. Where did Mr. Moore do laps around? A, his house. B, the hospital. C, his garden. Or D, his neighborhood. Give you a few minutes to think of that. All right, let's check out our answer. It is C, his garden. That is a place he did laps around. 100, to be exact. All right, and so next question. How much money did Mr. Moore raise? A, 15 million. B, 25 million. C, 35 million. Or D, 45 million. Give you a minute. All right, let's check out the answer. It is $25 million is how much he raised. Next discussion, list fundraising events that you have been a part of or would like to contribute to. So I'll give you a minute to think of those. All right, I hope you got to think of a few charities. And here are some that I thought of. Let's say them all together. Ronald McDonald Foundation, American Humane Society, Breast Cancer Research Foundation, American Lung Association, Parkinson's Foundation, those are some of the charities that I thought of, and I thought it was only fitting to include Parkinson's Foundation on there. All right. So now we will do our cool down. So we'll do our loud ah, combine those words, for 5 seconds. And then we'll do them as loud and long as we can 2 times. So first, we'll do our ah. So I'll do the ah for 5 seconds, and then you will do it for 5 seconds. I'll pause. So this is what it should sound like. Ah. Okay, and now it's your turn. Ready? Go. And stop. That was 5 seconds. Great job. And now we will go again, but we're going to do it for as long and loud as you can this time. So I will tell you to go, and I'll count you out in increments of 5 so you know how long you did it, up to 20. And so here we go. Long ah for as loud as long as you can. Ready, set, go. And 20. Okay, this time I'll actually count them out in increments of 5. All right, last long and loud ah. Let's make this one really count. Get your big breath in before. Ready, set, go. 5, 10, 15, 20, and stop. Awesome job on that cool down. And that is it for today. If you have any ideas or questions, email Lindsay right there. Thank you so much for practicing today. Keep up the good work. Have a great rest of your night.